is NCIC not taking action on the political leaders that have made them their daily agenda to spew tribal statements, or rather ethnic statements, especially when people are talking about the discourse of the country. It is not going to help anymore if, instead of talking about issues or politics in a more neutral and holistic way, people choose to hide in some tribal, in some ethnic cocoons. This is not a good thing, and I think we need to say this. If William Ruto wants to eject some people from cabinet, removing some people from cabinet, or rather reshuffling the cabinet, should not be based on someone is not working and is not working because he or she comes from tribe A or tribe B. I want us to look at a tweet from Jhanda, an MP from Kisii. He's fond of doing this. There is this tweet that he made some time back. Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta, the CSU pleaded to His Excellency William Ruto na akatag William Ruto to appoint wako down sana. We have Kenyans who can do better than the Mlima failures. The mountain left, you can as well go Hama na wow. I want us to analyze that, and akaeka picha ya Uhuru hapo, former President Uhuru Kenyatta. But first, subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our videos. And thank you very much for supporting this channel. We do this each and every day because of your support. And we also encourage you to visit the Bold Foundation, which is our sister channel. Subscribe. This MP is talking about the cabinet secretaries that Uhuru Kenyatta pleaded. In fact, it is a lie. In December, William Ruto visited the former President Uhuru Kenyatta in Ichaweri. It was in his own calculation that after that meeting, he appointed CS Kagwe to agriculture. He appointed Lee Kinyanjui, the former Nakuru governor, to the trade docket. And then he appointed William Kabogo as in the ICT docket. And Ruto Muridhi was also taken to chair the KRA. It had nothing to do with Uhuru Kenyatta. But because there was a move to, in fact, that was a month, or rather 2 months after impeaching Rigathi Gachagua, President William Ruto was under pressure to pacify the Mount Kenya ground. And according to him, by making those appointments, it was in his interest that probably he will use that opportunity to tone down the revolt that was coming from Mount Kenya. But you cannot accuse people that, and so someone should ask. I saw someone saying, the biggest scandals have been under UDA CSS. Look at Duale. He's in charge of SHA. SHA is now the biggest scandal. Look at Chirchir roads, and when he was in energy. Look at what happened when he was there. The oil scandals that were there. Look at Murkomen. People were killed. Look at the incidences of Ojuang, his docket. And you can name them. So this profiling, if there was an MP who says, if Ayana wants to feed on children, first saying they're smelling like, Political blackmail is a big thing, but I don't think it is a tool that can be used at this point. Kinyanjui says William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza is a victim of its own failures.
A very good afternoon to you. You know, nature itself has conspired to make William Ruto a one-term president. Now, forget Rigiji, forget all those people who are fighting, forget even the united opposition. Nature itself has conspired to make William Ruto a one-term president, and I'll explain why. Can you imagine this president of ours he goes to Homa Bay, ama mmesahau kuna watu walilala kwa stadium. He goes on an aggressive charm offensive. And then exactly 7 days later, DCI go to the home of Albert Ojwang. They're picking up. And the rest is history that you all know. Homa Bay will never forget what happened to their son. I don't think those people will vote for William Ruto. Then he comes and decides now we are going to the northeastern province. And he does a lot of charm offensive. He promises them IDs. He says he's not going to be vetting and so on and so forth. Then as fate would have it, Jubaland forces invade Mandera. And they do all sorts of bad things. And the people of Northeastern are like, since independence, we've never had our territory occupied by foreigners. And the government keep quiet about it. So they are saying, in as much as this government is giving us IDs, they are giving us IDs to vote them out because they have shown outright incompetence. They can't deal with foreign forces that are in their land. So it is nature itself. And I can promise you, if William Ruto decides to create another charm offensive in another region, the minute he's done.
I saw the president attacking opposition, that opposition are against him and they don't have the plans and they don't have this and they don't have that in Mombasa here. But that is not the issue. The issue here is if something is not working, it is because of the system itself.
When the history of universal health is going to be written, the heroes of universal health, the men and women who have made it possible for us to register citizens in SHA, the people who have participated by going to every home and every village in the morning, in the evening, are the CHPs. And I know, tunaelewana jameni, and I know that sometimes there are challenges, but there are counties like Mombasa who are paying CHPs, but there are other counties who are not paying CHPs. What a shame, you know? And I have instructed the Ministry of Health to make sure that as we pay all the other workers, the CHPs must have their money. So tunasema kazi iendelee, ama mnasema ati mambo ingine ianze? Kazi iendelee. Mimi nauliza nyinyi watu wa Mombasa, wenye kuamua mambo ya MCA ni nani? Mwenye kuambua maneno ya mjumbe ni ngapi? Wenye kuambua mambo ya governor ni nani? Wenye kuambua mambo ya rais ni nani? Wale wanatuimbia slogans, wao ndio wataamua ama nyinyi ndio mtaamua? Wale msiwajali. Wale hawana agenda, hawana sera, hawana mpango, hata akili hawana. Mnanielewa? Si ndio?
And you cannot accuse people, even if he wants to do them. There are two interpretations from that statement of that Jhanda. Number one, William Ruto is already threatening some cabinet secretaries that I am going to remove you. Number two, the objective is to push those cabinet secretaries to come out and speak about issues in the country. I've seen Ruku, leading campaigns in Mbere. He's been very vocal. Ruku, Duale, and Badi. They're the most vocal in that cabinet. And this is what the president probably wants to see. So if president wants to fire Kinyanjui, Kabogo, Kagwe, Ruto, I think it is his own decision. And it should not be seen like he's removing the approval because Uhuru Kenyatta ordered. Because in the first place, the former president Uhuru Kenyatta was not part of that decision. And I said, if that was it, I think I analyzed, when that appointment happened, I came on camera and I said, look here, the president just took advantage of that visit to come so that he could come, will try to show that something is going on. But I want to tell you, that MP has tagged the official handle of the president. Do you think he's just typing probably because he's drunk in some corner? Or just talking because for the sake of talking? No. He's relaying a message that is targeting someone. And it is, in fact, if you ask me, it is a political blackmail. This is what I see. And of course, I have to say at this point that, not that the cabinet has been solid. They've been a faction that purely runs politics until you even wonder whether they're UD operatives or they're executive members of the cabinet or what exactly they're doing. And then there are those who are laid back. They will not, I've never seen them make political statements like Beatrice School. I've never seen that lady from Turkana making any political statement. Never. She's never anywhere making those statements. And this is what is going on. It is very clear that William Ruto is uncomfortable with some members of the cabinet. And a reshuffle might come before the end of the year. I want to tell you what is at stake. At this point, I think the president has realized that there are people who would resign and seek elective seats. Probably they will resign at cabinet and seek elective seats. And that would expose him to be seen as people exiting cabinet or people don't trust that is going to have the second term. Kabogo, Kinyanjui, Kagwe, Ruto, all this, they cannot go and seek elective seats. Kinyanjui wants to go squat out with Skehika again for Nakuru. Kabogo wants to go back to Kiambu to seek the governor's seat. Ruto is also going back to Laikipia to seek second term. And he should go and serve his last term, so that my friend will go and seek the second term. We'll go and seek that. We are coming for that Laikipia seat in 2022 by the way. So, so, this is what I mean, guys. This is what I mean. It is very clear that there are some people that already once are supposed to be removed from that cabinet because they will seek elected seats. Second reason is this. Unaona, these cabinet secretaries that are being accused of wako down sana. The MP could not be talking about record. No. Don't be lied to. He's not talking about the fact that probably their ministries are underperforming. They're talking about the fact that they are not campaigning.
Tuko kwa ikone ya mlima na tunasema mchana, hatusemi usiku. Hapa rais wa jamhuri ni noma. Na njuu rais wa jamhuri ni noma na anamefanyia wananchi wako na hii kazi. Tutampatia tamu ingine 2027 aendelee kuwa rais wa jamhuri ya Kenya. Alafu tukifika hapo mbele hapo, wale ambao wanafikiria sisi ati ni wajinga, wale wanafikiria sisi hatuoni, tuko na kijana wetu ambaye ako tayari kuanzia 2032 tusukume yeye aingie katika Ikulu akuwe rais wa jamhuri ya Kenya, na sio mwingine ni Profesa Kithure Kindiki. Kwani naongea usiku? Sinaongea mchana? Tutaendelea kushikilia Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri kabisa kabisa, aendelea na kazi yake ambayo anafanya sawa sawa.
William Ruto wants, you see, the Mbadi, the Duale, the Ruku, those are his best. The ones who can go to rallies and talk about two-term. You know, we realize that most state officers are not talking about two-term. And there's something that Rigathi said, that there are some people, quite a majority, and you know it's not a lie, quite a majority are with William Ruto now because they just want to get salaries. But their heart and soul is not in that government. They see things that are going on and they're like, let's just stay here for the moment. So it's because, for example, the Mount Kenya ones were supposed to go and campaign against the Rigathi Gachagua in Mount Kenya. I'm yet to see one, except Ruku, who is talking because there's a by-election there, because he was in that seat. And in fact, because that seat belonged to him, I think William Ruto told him to make sure that he takes back that seat to UDA. If he can't take back that seat, you never know about his position in cabinet. The other third objective is, this is a trap. Another million reason for Raila Odinga and his team to remain around. And probably William Ruto wants to reconsolidate government based on 2027 elections. Probably, yes, Mount Kenya is gone. And there is no doubt that Mount Kenya is gone. So what will he do? Does he want to reduce the cabinet members there and give them to other people? Is it the time now to go and give all the cabinet slots to Raila and half of the cabinet slots to Raila to pick his friends and cronies to go to the cabinet? In fact, as we talk, I really sympathize with the president, because at this point, cabinet slots cannot be a political bait. We are 2 years to a general election. In 2026, people start looking at 2027. It's coming. Kenyans start worrying, okay, how are things moving? Kenyans start asking the right questions. And a guarantee that you are going to be in Ruto's cabinet beyond 2027 is not there. And that's why I insist. I think if they want to reshuffle and chase whoever they think they want to chase from cabinet, it should not take a political blackmail route. They should just do it because the appointment themselves was made by the appointing authority. Thank you.